Hallo daar en welkom bij een nieuwe video van Sociataal. In this video we are going to learn how to conjugate a verb to the present tense, or as you would say in Dutch, de onvoltooid tegenwoordige tijd. To conjugate a verb, we first take the stem of the infinitive. So for example, for the infinitive verb werken, the stem is werk. And for the infinitive verb kopen, the stem is koop. If you don't know how to take the stem of an infinitive, then I recommend you to watch my video about the verb stem first. If we know the stem of the infinitive verb, then the conjugation is pretty easy. Let's for example take the infinitive verb werken. The stem will be werk, so then from first person singular to third person plural we get ik werk, jij werkt, u werkt, hij, zij of het werkt, wij werken, jullie werken en zij werken. So as you can see, for the first person singular ik, we just use the stem. For the second and third person, we use the stem plus t, and for the plural persons, we always use the infinitive. If you have some questions about the subject pronouns in this table, then I'd recommend you to watch my video about subject pronouns too. Now, there is one important thing to note here. For a standard sentence, we start with the subject and then the verb. For example, hij drinkt koffie, or jij drinkt koffie. Now, if we for whatever reason have an inversion of the subject and the verb, because for example we want to make this sentence a question, then we drop the t at the second person singular, the informal one, so only the jij and the je. And then we get drinkt hij koffie and drink jij koffie. So as you can hear, we drop the t at drink jij. This is only the case for jij, or the unstressed je. We don't do this for the formal u or any other subject pronoun. Besides the rules we've just learned, we also have a couple irregular verbs. And irregular verbs can have a different conjugation or, for example, a different stem. And unfortunately, there are not really rules for this and you just have to learn them by heart. Let's have a look at these three irregular verbs. It doesn't get more irregular than zijn. We conjugate zijn in the present tense to ik ben, jij bent, u bent, hij, zij or het is, wij zijn, jullie zijn en zij zijn. For the verb komen, we don't need to keep the vowel long for the stem. So komen won't be kom, but just kom. And then it conjugates to ik kom, jij komt, u komt, hij, zij, het komt, wij komen, jullie komen en zij komen. Weten isn't actually very irregular, but remember the rule that a verb stem can't end on a double identical consonant? Well, that rule is the same for the conjugated verb. The stem of weten is weet. So this conjugates to ik weet, jij weet, u weet, hij, zij, het weet, wij weten, jullie weten en zij weten. And as you can see, we don't add the extra t here because the verb stem already ends on a t. An extra letter would be redundant. The best way to practice Dutch irregular verbs and basically all other grammar in all other languages is by using the language as much as possible. So keep reading, listening, writing and speaking as much Dutch as possible. If you want to have more Dutch exercises, then you can become a Socia member. Check the link in description for more information. Okay, perfect. Time to practice. Here are 3 sentences and I want you to fill in the blanks. Okay, that's it for the present simple tense in Dutch. If you like this video, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching to this video and as I always say, tot de volgende keer.